This is hair-raising, my friend. News has just broken behind the scenes and could completely change the Los Angeles Chargers' plans. We're talking about an unexpected turn of events, a masterstroke no one saw coming, and one that could transform the season before it even begins. You need to hear this now, because the decision at hand promises to shake up every blue and gold fan. Los Angeles Chargers fans, hold on tight, because the last few hours have been incredibly hectic in Los Angeles. The team that dreams of finally overthrowing the Kansas City Chiefs' dominance in the AFC West is in the eye of a hurricane of speculation, difficult decisions, and potential market movements that could completely change the course of the 2025 season. We're talking about a painful loss, a major reinforcement that could ignite the defense, a potential trade that could transform the receiving core, and even a dilemma within the running backs group. It's that typical moment when you know that any wrong move could cost you the season, but also any right move could take the Chargers to another level. Let's break it down because there's a lot going on, and you need to understand every detail to form your own opinion about this team's future. The news that shook the Chargers locker room came like a punch in the gut. Rashawn Slater, one of the pillars of the offensive line, is out of action. His absence isn't just any loss. It's a huge blow to a team that protects none other than Justin Herbert, the quarterback who carries all the hope of the franchise. For a team in win-now mode under coach Jim Harbaugh, losing Slater jeopardizes the entire offensive plan that was being built to finally face Patrick Mahomes and the all-powerful Kansas City Chiefs. The offensive line is like a castle wall. If it falls, everything else can crumble. But the Chargers can't afford to sit around moping. And that's exactly where a surprising move comes in. A report released this week put a very strong name in their sights. Jadeveon Clowney. Yes, the same Clowney he was the first overall pick in the 2014 draft and has already played for half the NFL, playing for the Texans, Seahawks, Titans, Browns, Ravens, and Panthers. At 32, he's no longer the explosive three-down player he was, but in 2024, he still managed to record 5.5 sacks and 9 tackles for loss. The thing is, he was released by the Panthers in May, and that opens a door for the Chargers. Imagine Clowney lining up alongside Khalil Mack. Even if Joey Bosa remains on the roster, his injury history is always a concern. Clowney could not only lighten the load, but also bring depth and experience to a department desperately in need of stability. What's more, this move would show the entire league that the Chargers won't back down, even after losing Slater. They want to compete, they want to challenge the Chiefs, and they know they need quick answers. And while we're on the subject of not backing down, the Chargers may also be ready to bolster Justin Herbert's offense in an unexpected way. If there's one thing Chargers fans have noticed over the past few years, it's that this team simply can't escape rumors involving wide receivers. There's always something new in the air, and this time the name that's coming up strongly is Romeo Doubs, currently playing for the Green Bay Packers. The idea, raised by Bleacher Report, is a trade that, on the surface, would make sense for both sides. The Packers have an overcrowded receivers room after the 2025 draft, packed with promising young prospects, and this has left Doubs on the back burner. The situation became even more delicate when he was suspended for missing practice last season, in 2024, clearly dissatisfied with the limited role he'd been given in the Green Bay offense. On the other side, in Los Angeles, the need is also clear. Justin Herbert's offense lost Mike Williams unexpectedly, following the veteran's surprising retirement shortly after joining the team. Keenan Allen remains an icon, but it's no longer clear how far he'll go. His body can handle the intense pace of the NFL. Ladd McConkey arrived with future star status and is truly exciting for fans. Trey Harris generates expectations, but the biggest problem is Quentin Johnston, who has struggled to get going and was even cut from a preseason game due to underperformance. In this scenario, Doubs' arrival could bring exactly what's missing: depth, youth, and consistency. And when we look at the numbers, the cost-benefit is impressive. At just 25 years old, Doubs already has 147 receptions and 1,700 yards in his career. He hasn't reached his peak, still has a lot to offer, and according to Alex K, could be acquired for a small fee. A simple 7th-round pick. That's right. A young, productive player with growth potential for a practically symbolic price. It seems like an opportunity too good to pass up. Now, imagine Doubs in Los Angeles. He would have the chance to start over, to show he can be a protagonist in an aggressive offense led by an elite quarterback like Herbert. Away from the shadow of the tough competition in Green Bay, Doubs could find the space he so desires in Los Angeles. More than a trade, it would be a marriage of needs. The Chargers need weapons for Herbert, and Doubs needs a real chance to prove his worth. But while the offense could gain a significant boost, the team faces a dilemma at another position that could be even more complicated: the backfield, where doubts surrounding the running backs are beginning to grow and could determine much of the Chargers' season. While the Chargers' receiving core is undergoing a major transformation, the running back position has become, without exaggeration, a real puzzle for Jim Harbaugh and his coaching staff. Initially, the idea seemed clear. Revamp the area by bringing in former Steelers player Najee Harris as the veteran and reliable presence, and invest heavily in the young talent of Omarion Hampton, a first-round draft pick already seen as a future star. The plan seemed perfect on paper, but as with every good NFL story, in practice it revealed far more complexity than fans could have imagined. Among the pieces of this puzzle, one name in particular is starting to steal the spotlight: Kimani Vidal. Drafted in the 6th round last year, Vidal arrived in Los Angeles as a bold gamble, almost a find. There were expectations that he could become one of those diamond-in-the-rough players, but the reality was quite different. Injuries hindered his development. He missed significant playing time, and he never fully realized the potential that led the Chargers to take a chance on him. The result? A lukewarm start and a career that seemed to stall before it even took off. Now in 2025, Vidal is even attempting a comeback. He had some good moments in training camp and was even used extensively in the preseason, even more so than any other running back on the roster, but even so, his place in the starting lineup seems increasingly diminished. It's in this context that speculation of a possible trade has resurfaced. Bleacher Report even suggested a clear destination: the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team desperately in need of reinforcements in the backfield. The idea would be simple and even fair: a trade for a 6th-round pick, the exact same one with which Vidal was originally selected. But does it make sense to let him go now, just when he could start to show his worth? This dilemma is only heightened by a bigger question: Najee Harris's real situation. The veteran, signed to be the group's leader, hasn't even participated in training camp, and the question of his durability has always been a question mark, even during his time in Pittsburgh. If Harris misses time this season, something that can't be ruled out, the Chargers could find themselves in a difficult situation, relying solely on Hampton as a reliable piece. And relying on a rookie, no matter how talented, always involves risks. It's too risky for a team in win-now mode. The question remains: is Vidal being used so heavily in the preseason simply to increase his market value, showing the league what he can still do, or do the Chargers truly believe he can compete for a real roster spot? The answer could define not only Vidal's future, but also the depth of the running back group in 2025. Fans, have you noticed how every detail of this offseason could be decisive for the Chargers' future? The loss of Slater created a hole, but could bring in Clowney. Mike Williams' departure left a void, but could open up space for Daubs. And now, the backfield conundrum could not only lead to an unexpected trade, but also reveal a new name no one expected to see in the spotlight. What's clear is that Jim Harbaugh and general manager Joe Ortiz are sparing no effort to build a team capable of immediate competition. Most importantly, which of them will have enough impact to transform the Chargers into a team ready to take down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.